Greetings and good day once again, DoomTubers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that I keep showing you pickup videos. That's all that I have to do. I haven't had time to finish as many games as I'd like, but that's okay because I'm doing other things, and that's great. Busy with school, work, all that good stuff. Everything is going well, and yeah. Had a great holiday. Hopefully you all had a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year at this point. I'm sure it's already past the New Year by the time this gets uploaded, or right before the New Year, one or the other. Really close to New Year's. We had a great holiday, a lot of family, a lot of friends, food, frolicking, and other F words. And a lot of gifts, a lot of giving and receiving. We had a fantastic holiday, and a lot of splurging on ourselves and as well as other people. We got a lot of stuff. I got a great bathrobe and pajamas, a new wallet, a journal, a great poker table, tabletop poker table, and real clay chips, which is amazing. I love poker. So that was great, and then also a fantastic Death Star coffee mug that I forgot to bring in here, but oh well, that doesn't matter. Just know that I have a really awesome Death Star mug. It's very cool. All that stuff was from Whitney, my wife, and I just love her, and yeah, I got her lots of stuff too, and yeah, it was just a great holiday. But yeah, we went to town not too long after Christmas. Might even be the Saturday after Christmas we went to town. And the first thing that I'm holding here that I will go ahead and show and get out of the way, and then move on to some other things that maybe were gotten before Christmas. But we love board games, and not just board games, but like card-based board games, kind of like where we really enjoy them. And like trivia type games. So we got some great ones. We found a store that was going out of business because they were a seasonal store, like for around this time of year, because they specialize in calendars and board games. That's the two things that they sell. And of course, after the first of the year, within a couple of weeks, pretty much no one buys calendars anymore. They figure you've got a calendar at that point. So I often wonder, like, how much money is wasted on unpurchased calendars, because those things are who needs more than one or two calendars, for whatever reason. Calendars are just not, just don't seem like that hot of a commodity, especially with people that have calendars on their phones. But anyway, doesn't matter. Calendar stores, they're funny. But everything in the store was half price as a result, which is okay by me, especially with board games, because they're kind of expensive, or they seem expensive. I guess I don't really know if they truly are, but my perception is that they're a little bit pricey. So we did pick up a few. One of them was on a whim, and then the other two one of them we heard about, and the other one I just know is a great game. So we picked up Pass the Blame, the party game for irresponsible adults. Don't know exactly how to play it, but it looks like a good time. Looks like the type of party game that we enjoy playing, and so picked it up. Pass the Blame. It was only $10, so half price. Well, $10 was the half price. It was $20, and we bought it for $10. The other one that we had heard about and heard that it was pretty good, so when we saw it, we had to grab it because it looked like a lot of fun. It's called Smartass, and it's true. It's a great game. It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of like Trivial Pursuit. You just kind of go around however many people are playing, and you roll a colored dice, and whatever colored die that lands on, you read that color of card, and there's like 3 different colors of cards for like 3 different types of questions, like who am I, what am I, where am I, kinds of questions, and then if you're the one to answer correctly, then you get to roll the numbered dice and move. So it's a lot like a Trivial Pursuit type game, in which you just ask random questions. The where am I ones are all like geography, like national monuments and landmarks and states and things like that. And the who am I questions are celebrities or politicians or historical figures and blah blah blah. You get the picture. Like it's a pretty fun game if you're into that sort of trivia type game. Smart ass, maybe one you want to look into. And lastly, for the board games, I did pick up Munchkin Zombies. Munchkin is one of those games that I've been wanting to kind of find a good jumping in point and get, so I went ahead and decided to get the zombie version. This isn't the regular Munchkin, but it is a standalone. It's not just an expansion to Munchkin. Munchkin Zombies is its own thing, and there's actually like a Walking Dead expansion for Munchkin Zombies, which is pretty cool. So looking forward to finding some people who actually want to play Munchkin with me, because I'm not sure that I can convince Whitney to play Munchkin, but maybe. Okay, moving on. Got a package from T.G. Appalachius. Really great friend of mine. He has been for a couple of years, and he's always been so generous with his stuff that he's getting rid of out of his collection, and I'm trying to find ways to repay him, and I've got a nice little gift package that I'm putting together for him as well, which will be sent out very soon. So if you're watching this and you haven't received it yet, you will be. So he sent me a message the other day and said he had some stuff that he was getting rid of, to just message, just tell him what I wanted out of that stuff. And he'd already had something set aside for me anyway that he was already sending, so he just threw the same stuff in the package. So TG, before I go any further, want to just impress upon you how thankful I am to have such a good friend and someone so generous, and thank you very much for all this stuff, because it's certainly not necessary, and yeah, you know the rest. So first off, I can't remember exactly what he said this was, but it's like a proof copy of some sort of a book, and it is Dead Space Catalyst. And I don't know too much about like what he said. Some sort of Amazon program where they just like sent him unproofed copies of books or something like that, and he was supposed to read them. And, for one reason or another. But anyway, I thought it looked interesting because I'm pretty interested in the Dead Space kind of lore and universe, so I was interested in that. So that's the first thing in the package, a Dead Space book. See what else we got here. We also have, very cool, this is a sealed copy of the limited edition of Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster on PlayStation 3. I already have this game several times over. I have it on the Vita, I have it on PlayStation 2, and I have it on the PlayStation 3 already. But I didn't have the limited edition. I certainly didn't have it sealed either. So I'm just gonna leave this sealed because I don't need to open it. I had this game so many times and I love it. This is one of my favorite RPGs ever, and I don't think I'll ever grow tired of it. I could play it again right now. Actually, I'm thinking about it. Weird. But if I do, I'll play it on Vita. Next up, we got a copy of Injustice, Gods Among Us. Just the vanilla version of the game, which is great. I haven't thrown this in yet, but it's one I've been looking forward to playing for a while. I haven't gotten much into the Injustice Mortal Kombat / Mortal Kombat games just yet, so I'm not sure I'll be able to jump right in and be any good at it, but I'm looking forward to trying it. Me and my buddy Brandon played the demo of this a while back, and my buddy Hoss, and looked like a lot of fun. And the demo was good, and yeah, finally have a copy of this. I don't know why I waited so long. Well, I waited so long so TG could send me his extra copy. That's why I waited. like 2 years to get a copy of Injustice. That's exactly what it was. PC game. This is one I've been wanting to play for a while, and I admittedly don't think I have anything to boot this up on right at this moment. Not a good working PC with a drive in it, so I won't be able to play it right away. But maybe I'll pick it up on Steam or something sometime. That is Baldur's Gate, the original saga. Not sure what all is included in this collection, but it's 3 discs. I know that, and it's he explained it a little bit, and it's like whoever like cut down the box and shoved it into this clamshell, and it's not like horrible, but it's still just a little bit odd because it's two. Oh, I just screwed it up. 2 pieced together pieces of cardboard that are like kind of put together and smushed into this clamshell case, which fits on the shelf nice, and the spine doesn't look that bad. So anyway, glad to have it because Baldur's Gate's one of those series that I've been looking forward to trying, and so now I have a copy of it. So Baldur's Gate for the PC. Odin, go lay down. You're loud. Next up is something that's very cool. I have several copies. Well, actually, just two copies of the first game, and then I have 2084. But this is Wipeout on PlayStation. I am not hugely into racing games, but the ones I do like are kind of fast-paced, arcadey, feeling type racing games. I'm certainly not into like the overly technical ones like your Gran Turismos and things like that, but I do really enjoy stuff like Wipeout and like Daytona and you know, your Mario Karts and things like that. I do enjoy that, so I'm really excited to have this. I have this on the Saturn, but admittedly I don't plug in the Saturn that often, so I'm looking forward to throwing this in the PS3 and getting down on some Wipeout. And last but not least, from TG Appalachius was the thing that he messaged me about when this game first came out and said, hey, probably going to get you a Christmas gift anyway, so how about I just get you a copy of Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold, the Fafnir Night for the 3DS, so I could get the Atlas limited edition first run box. And normally I don't care too much for these type of things because they take up so much room, but in the case of Etrian Odyssey, I'm all over it, especially because the soundtrack CD, and it's usually just a selection CD, it's usually not like full-on soundtracks. Usually, I admittedly haven't even put this in yet, but it's usually just like 4 or 5, 6 songs, something like that. But I cannot begin to tell you how many times I listened to the first Untold disc that came in that. I listened to that so much, I put it on my phone and would just listen to it constantly. I absolutely loved all of those songs. I'm looking forward to getting lost in this soundtrack as well. And I'm already put like about 4 hours into this game, and it's awesome. Admittedly, not paying that close of attention to the story. I want to, but it seems like most of the time when I'm playing, it's short bursts, and I just want to map. I just want to map. I just want to explore and map. So I have not been paying that close of attention to the story, but I get the gist of it. But the story, at the beginning at least, definitely seems much more involved than the Millennium Girl, which is not a bad thing. But I loved the Millennium Girl. I loved the pacing of it. I felt like it could have used more of the animated cutscenes, but I felt like that the Millennium Girl is still probably my favorite Etrian Odyssey game thus far. 4 was fantastic. 4 was like, I felt like the gameplay in 4 was a step ahead because there was more things to do, more stuff. But the Millennium Girl Untold, was supposed to be a retelling of the first game in the series, which there was less to do, so it made sense. So So far, this is awesome. Can't wait to get further and further into this and putting dozens of hours into it because I love Etrian Odyssey. Great game. Thank you very much, TG. This means a lot. I mean, all of it means a lot, and I hope you know that. But this one right here. All right, that's the first round. Next round is we'll show some stuff that I got from Mr. Duck Doo. He actually did visit again from home. He came and spent a few days with us and enjoyed the Christmas holiday with us, and he brought along some gifts. He, of course, got me the Halo Edition original Xbox shell that I kind of pointed at before. But I'm not going to move the Xbox over here. You just know that it sits over there, and it's awesome. But it shell swapped that, so he hooked that up for me. And then he just brought this. He didn't actually buy this or anything for me. He had it and he didn't want it, so he's like, "Here, you want this?" Gauntlet 7 Sorrows. This game gets crapped on a lot, but you know what? F the haters, because I like this game. I actually beat this already. I had it downloaded on my modded Xbox, and now I own a physical copy of it. So I'll play it again someday. It's really short. It's 5-6 hours, something like that. It's a lot like it's more like a Diablo. If Gauntlet is similar, or if Diablo is similar to old school Gauntlet, then Seven Sorrows is similar to your Gauntlet, or Gauntlet 7 Sorrows is more similar to your Diablo 3. Like it feels more like a Diablo game than a Gauntlet game, but it's wonderful. So that was one of the things from Mr. Duck, and a great beer glass that has an opener on the bottom. That's another thing. Oh, and I got some beer glasses from Whitney too. Those are in there. Don't need to show you those. But he also stuffed inside the beer glass was this little case that looks. It's actually a phone case. But I was like, "Did you give me a pager? What did you give me?" But he actually got me a Game Boy Micro, which is just dope. I didn't know I wanted one of these things until I saw his like last year at some point, and it's just a cool little device. It's so very small. I don't think anybody realizes how small these are until you actually hold one. Here is a Game Boy Advance game, and here is the Micro. It is maybe a little more than twice the size of a advanced game. So yeah, they're very tiny. But he didn't stop there either. He actually modded it just a little bit, just because he does that sort of crap all the time. And you only realize that this is a mod if you own one of these things. But the little LEDs behind the buttons are well, now it's making noises at me, are normally not green. So he's hooked me up with some. Yeah, okay, I understand. You don't want to run anyway. I think it's a cartridge. It's not the thing. That copy is for some reason being goofy in the micro. And I've heard that there are some small incompatibility issues. That's what Duck and I were talking about. Some small incompatibility issues with Game Boy Micro and certain games, but it only plays Game Boy Advance games, which is not necessarily a big deal, because you wouldn't want to shove the small Game Boy Micro in your pocket with an original Game Boy game stuck in it, or Game Boy Color game. Just not going to happen. Okay, back to the calendar discussion from my sister-in-law in our little gift exchange we do at my in-laws. She did get me a really awesome Super Mario Brothers calendar. It's very cool. It's all first generation, all Super Mario 1 calendar. And it's all the pictures are just from the original Super Mario Brothers, which is really, really cool. And also a copy of Transformers Devastation. Looking forward to playing this. I love Platinum Games, and I like the art style. Like, I just love the classic original Transformer look. So this game looks like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to try it out at some point. Who knows when that will be? Someday. After Christmas, same day we bought the board games, we did hit up GameStop to take advantage of some gift cards that we had received, both Duck and myself. And here is what I buy. They had a buy two get one free going on used items, so I did pick up Pac-Man Galaga Dimensions. Actually owned this game already. I bought it a couple years ago, and it came and it didn't work, so I still had a case. So I finally found a used copy at GameStop, and it was like $8. So I was like, give me that, because I still had a case. So got a copy of Pac-Man Galaga Dimensions finally, and I love Pac-Man. I love Pac-Man. Also got Project Cross Zone for the 3DS finally. I wanted to play this game for a while, and I don't know. I think I played the demo, and I actually liked the demo. I heard it's pretty long, and that's one of the biggest complaints that people had, was that it kind of doesn't know its own identity, and it's really long, but long and grindy. I thought the demo was fun, and the price was right, so I bought it. And I double dipped, which is fine, because I do that sort of thing. And if I ever get a PS4, I will probably triple dip, so I can get the Occupied edition that only came out in Europe, even though I don't even know if I'll be able to play it on a North American PS4. But it is Wolfenstein: The New Order on Xbox One. I love this game so much, and I had no qualms about double dipping. I got it on the Xbox 360. Now I have it on the Xbox One, because I do things like that. And the last thing I got with those gift cards was something I didn't even know was out. Something I didn't even know really existed. I mean, I knew about the game, but I didn't know that they put it on Xbox One. That is Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I think this came out like last year or something. It's a pretty awesome little RPG. I've watched some gameplay, and I've heard a lot of people talk about how good it was. And yeah, and they optimized it for controller and put it out on console, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. So there we go, Divinity Original Sin on the original Xbox. And it was only like $39 brand new. So I obviously didn't get the take advantage of the buy two get one with this, but still, $39 brand new for a game that I'm pretty interested in. Not a bad deal. And Duck again was with me and couldn't find 3 things that he really wanted. 3 things that he couldn't live without at the said GameStop. So he found 2 things that he wanted, and a third thing he's like, whatever, I'll just give it to you. So he got me Shadows of the Damned, which was only like, I don't know, like $6 or something like that. But it was, you know, we'll consider it his freebie. So he paid for what he got and gave me a copy of Shadows of the Damned. So thank you. And then the last things I have to show are all, well, first there's this. This actually came from my sister, and I just tossed it on the pile because I got some other books in this video. Showed you one already, and there's a couple more to show. But my sister got me this, The Guns of August. I don't know too much about it. I do know that it is a book concerning events or events or persons in World War I, which I absolutely love to read about. So, The Guns of August, looking forward to trying that out, or reading it, not trying it out, eventually. I'm such a slow reader. Alright, last here. Sorry that this is a long video, but there is a ton of stuff to show. And there's still a ton more. Everything that I've showed, there's at least that much left, but we'll kind of move through it a little quicker. I've had a long running thing, I guess, with Mr. Steven Stevens. He's had at least one thing for me that would, he was going to give to me, saved back to ship to me at a later date, just because I didn't expect him to just throw this in a package and just send it. just because I was fine with waiting. But meanwhile, he had added a couple more things, at least one other thing. And then when we drew names for Secret Santa this year for AGP, he decided to go ahead and just grab my name because he's the one that kind of sets it all up. So he just grabbed my name to take advantage of that opportunity to ship this other stuff, I guess. And yeah, so this box is full to the brim. Not to mention 3 things that he bought off of my Amazon wish list that were sent direct to my house that didn't even make it into said box of awesome. So we'll start out with the one thing that I knew that at some point he'd be sending me, but I did forget. So when I saw it in the box, it was awesome. That is Orcs and Elves on the Nintendo DS. For the unfamiliar, Orcs and Elves is a first-person dungeon crawler, right up my alley, made by none other than id Software, again, right up my alley. I think it started out actually as like a mobile game, so it's like the graphics are nothing fancy, and the whole kind of setup of it is, or the whole kind of package is nothing fancy. But I did already play a little bit of this today. I threw it in for like 10 minutes, and I'm gonna love this game just because it's kind of quirky, first-person dungeon crawler, classic, feels classic. It just feels cool. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, Steven, for thanks for finally sending that. That's not what I meant. Thanks for sending that along because I love it already. And it's an id game, and it's a first-person dungeon crawler. Whoa. So many good things about that. Okay, and then he told me that he was sent a couple things were going to be sent to me from Amazon, but I was not to open them until after Christmas or until I got the rest of this. Spoiler, I accidentally opened one of them prior to, because I just saw my name on it and I just thought it was something I bought for Whitney, so I just opened it. But turns out it was supposed to be a surprise. And that was this, Masters of Doom. This is a book telling the story about the guys made Doom. Perfect. Love it. This has been on my wish list for a while, and I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. Love Doom, and I like to read about it too. So, Masters of Doom. This was recommended to me by T.G. Appilaus a while back, and he told me to get it, and I finally have it. Masters of Doom. And then another one that was sent direct to my door, but I didn't open this one early, is another book, BioShock Rapture. Man, am I looking forward to this. I can't remember for sure when this takes place. I think it might be, just based on the picture on the front, it might be before BioShock 1. I can't remember for sure. I'm sure somebody will drop me a comment and tell me, because I'm probably not going to look it up myself. But I'm pretty sure this takes place before the events of BioShock 1, the game. I can't wait to read this. Thank you so much. As if the rest of this wasn't enough. And then the third and final item that was sent direct from Amazon to me, and not in the package that you sent, was this one. It's a DVD, Control. This is a movie about, I actually don't know if it's supposed to be just specifically about Ian Curtis, which is not the actor, it's the character, or if it's supposed to kind of be about the band Joy Division in general. But just know that Ian Curtis, or the character, not the actor, is the front man of the band Joy Division. And I love Joy Division, and I wanted to see this movie, and it was on Amazon. I added it to my wish list, and Steven grabbed it for me. So thank you very much. Looking forward to watching this. Okay, then the package arrives at my doorstep. Yesterday, actually. Just haven't got around to doing this yet, but that's fine because I've been sitting on the rest of this stuff forever. And this thing is stuffed to the gills with stuff. Like, holy crap. It's so much stuff. Orcs and Elves was in this box too, but I knew about Orcs and Elves. And then he had indicated that there was something in the box that Dustin, Steven, and Alex had picked up together when they were at Too Many Games, the convention earlier this year. I couldn't go, but they decided to get me a gift while they were there, which is out of this world awesome because of how much I love this game. Oh, this is cool. They picked up for me a boxed and complete copy of Wizards and Warriors on the NES. This has been something that I've been wanting for a while, but never really like seriously thought about buying it. It's always been something that I wanted, but really had just kind of waited until it kind of fell in my lap, or it was just out somewhere and I saw it, or whatever. I had no intention of going out and finding it specifically, but they hooked it up, and the copy of the cartridge is minty delicious, and I can't remember if there is a manual in here or not. I did look already, but no manual, so it's not actually complete, but that's fine. I actually think I still have a manual for this game. Not sure about that, but the dust cover and the box alone, even if it didn't have a cartridge in it, because I already have the cartridge, but I will certainly not complain about having a spare, because I already had to give away my original, my dad's original. Gave it to him when I got him an NES earlier, or a Retron on an NES. But love this game. This another one that's just like, wow, right in the feels, right in the feels. And then this one was another one that was wrapped. The rest of these, I think, were actually wrapped gifts inside the box, and not just the things that they. This was the Secret Santa. That was the Too Many Games gift, I guess. But what I can't figure out is, like, why so much? Like, why in the world did you send this much stuff? Hopefully, you either got stupid good deals on them, or you just, like, want my babies or something, because this is just so much stuff. Another boxed NES game. I don't even know if he knows, but Demon Sword is actually, I love Demon Sword. This is a great game. I had this game when I was a kid, and I had gotten rid of it at some point for one reason or another before I was kind of back into gaming much later. But love Demon Sword. So this is actually a very welcome addition to the collection, because Demon Sword is great. Love Demon Sword. All right, then on to the stack of stuff. Yeah, this is just a nutso pile of stuff. This is a long video already, so I'm just gonna kind of hurry through some of this. Sorry, I'm kind of rushing your part, Steven, but gotta do it. We got MotorStorm on PlayStation 3. Again, another arcadey style racing game. Kind of really looking forward to that. I don't know much about the series, but it looks like fun, so I'm glad to have it. And then he asked me if I was interested in the Mass Effect series, and I do have Mass Effect 1 on the Xbox 360, but he decided to go ahead and send Mass Effect 2 and 3 to go with it. And these are on the PlayStation 3, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, love that I finally have the whole series. I really want to get into the series, but again, I have such a problem with committing to starting long games, but someday I will play all of Mass Effect. Another one here, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. This is one that's been on my radar for a while, just because I kind of like this type of game, like the kind of hack and slashy type game. Looking forward to that. I'll throw it in sooner than later, probably, because I've been wanting to try that one. I just never found it at a price point that I loved, so I waited. But now I know why I waited, so Steven could send it to me. Back to our arcade racers. Boom! F-Zero GX on the GameCube. Holy crap, dude. Again, so much stuff. And such good quality stuff. Like, God. Love this. I've never actually played this one, but I love the original on Super Nintendo so much. And looking forward to trying this. I've never played the N64 one either, but I played a ton of the Super Nintendo game. And this one looks great too. Can't wait to try it. It continues, folks. It continues. It continues. This one was probably pretty cheap if you got it at GameStop or something like that, because I think this game is stupid cheap. But it is another double dip, but that's totally fine because I think this one was on my wish list too. It is Rage Anarchy Edition on the PlayStation 3. Oh, man, I actually really loved Rage, and it's so funny because I played this and loved it. I loved Rage, and then immediately after I played Rage, I put in Fallout 3 and was so underwhelmed with Fallout 3. Kind of a shame, I know, but Rage is dope. I don't care what anybody says. Man, these last two are just bombshells, man. Bombshells. One of my... Since the first time I played it 2 years ago, I've played this game so much, and I know that you're a huge fan of this game as well. And it's a darn shame that you don't have an Xbox One, so you can't play with me. This is now a triple dip into the world of Diablo 3. This has become, in the last couple of years, this is one of my all-time favorite games. Diablo 3 is so good. And I love that I have it on current gen consoles now, and can't wait to start up a new character and play the ever-loving out of this. God, I love that game. And last, certainly not least, a new release for this year that came out at a good price, a good, what am I trying to say, budget price, because it was actually originally, I thought was DLC, but no, it turns out you didn't even need to own the original game to buy this game. And then originally in the States we didn't get a physical copy, but then they released a physical copy, and again, glad I waited for Wolfenstein: The Old Blood. New Order is one of my favorite games that I've played in the last several years, and I can't wait to play The Old Blood. It's actually, I think, a prequel to, if you don't know what it is, it's a prequel to the New Order, I think, in which, you know, you're fighting Nazis, but with non-futuristic weapons and things. So, Machine Games, you guys are geniuses. Geniuses. You developed an amazing game for id and Bethesda in the Wolfenstein New Order, and I can't wait to play The Old Blood. Steven, goes without saying, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Now I feel horrible about myself for how little I'm sending to my Secret Santa. You've truly set the bar really, really high. But that's not a bad thing. So, again, I will stress how thankful I am to have such great friends, and I will again stress how unworthy I am to have such great people in my life. But just know, all of you, I hope that you know how thankful I am, and truly thankful, and how blessed I am to have such great friends. And yeah, you people are awesome, my wife included. I love you, Whitney. And my family, my parents, them too, and my sister, everybody. I love everybody. Thank you all for watching this 40-minute Christmas video. Hope it was amazing. It's not as obnoxious as the Christmas video last year where it was 3 videos. The Christmas Doomtacular. It's not quite that obnoxious. Kind of obnoxious.